I think we may have done it. Awesome. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we're off. I believe you were recently in the World Bridge, and so, do the as we go back in time a little bit. You all would have had your conversation with Nesarel. She would have very much contemplated a new path for herself, and that got you thinking. That got you wondering a little bit. Patch is getting a little bit more riled up just due to almost like a new sensation, if that makes sense, where it's like when someone's tickling Faith a little bit, they're like, maybe there's something else out there.
Yeah.
Have you done the surface thoughts thing for Nessorel? And I'm going to call her Nessie so I don't have to...
Yes, probably.
Okay. If that is the case... Oh, yeah, no, go for it.
Well, I think that in session it's a little bit different because I don't want to, be a distraction or anything. But I think she does it a lot.
I had assumed that. So if there is ever a point in time when you want to, and understand this, not being a distraction by any means, I thank you for taking that into consideration, as you've seen, me look like the Wizard of Oz over here behind the screen, because I'll literally be talking to like three of you at the same time, which is amazing and it's super fun, because it's one of those that, like, if I can keep all the plates spinning, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It was pretty good. So I, if need be, and I don't get back to the Discord piece like quickly enough, and you've done it. I think Johnny's done it, Brian's done it, where signal me, or you can even just text my phone and be like, Discord or something like that, if need be. But if I can, and I know that you are listening, potentially I can just send you certain things that I know that I like, having discussed with most of the folks here pretty intimately, what's going on. You definitely have read certain things there. So yeah, it'll be pretty fun. So, in the second that Sin pops into the picture, and I think now that Brian has so since Frank has detect thoughts, any time and anything he gleamed, you will have it automatically.
Anything that Frank did?
Correct. If you're in the same room,
okay.
like within range, so should be good there. Okay. So yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. And for real, any time that you're like, I want to do this, or if there's something that I may like, having established this now. If there's something that you could even take a note, if you're like, all right, the moment's happening, what were they thinking when they said this, or like something like that. So
yeah,
and we go 100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Nestle, the surface thoughts initially, like when you guys started to have your conversation, it would have been one of, and this is great to me, because I hadn't considered the immediate, how does the world change, and I mean the world change when, if you convert this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have, I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's this perfect little wedding that her and Aquila, Borealis are going to have on Atheris, and Righteousness is going to say, hey, he's going to wed them, he's going to kind of solidify his legitimacy by bringing them together and bringing nations together through what he is, what you guys assume and are potentially understanding as Theraph.
Mm.
So, well, now, if they don't believe in that, that's going to change a lot of things. You're going to create an international incident just by saying, listen to the pig.
So I hope I do.
Oh yeah.
I hope it messes so much stuff up.
Good,
So
good, good. Yes. Okay. All right. That's what's going on. Surface thoughts were, how is Aki going to take this? I'll call her Aki or Aquila, but Aki's going to be how Nessie says it, because as much as I love Aquila, putting in the heads of everybody, she's Aquila. It's like, okay, like Kill a Bee, but oh yeah, it was great. I love that Johnny suggested that, like Aki, and then put La on the end, and I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And actually, that is the bird who delivered in either Greek or Roman mythology the weapons to the gods, and I'm like, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yep, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Aki, so we'll do surface thoughts. I'll generate some of those for you. Then we'll have it to where you both are in your cabin. So surface thoughts immediately go to what is righteousness going to think about it. And actually, in order to kind of get a little bit more, and I would say humanizing, but of course we're dealing with all sorts of things that are not human, but I think you will understand the point. Righteousness is actually going to go by a different name.
Okay.
But it'll be, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be a name that, have you ever, in the kind of backstory there, would have ever wanted or had, where before he was righteousness, did he have another name?
He did. I don't know it because gentleness doesn't know it, so I never made one, but go for it.
Awesome.
He does have one, or he did have one.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Well, for this, and of course you don't have to take it into your story unless you absolutely enjoy it, I'm sorry, I'm just taken aback about how clever that is. So, you never had one because your character, who you're writing from the perspective of, never had it. So, damn man, you're a freaking smart cookie there.
Thanks.
That is absolutely outrageous. I've been doing D&D for almost as long as you've been alive, and I'm like, fuck. In regards to storytelling, right? So, oh my goodness gracious, wow. Well, it shows everybody why I'm not the professional DM, but I can put on a hell of a show. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you did great.
I do appreciate it very much. Oh, yes, I do appreciate it. Oh, no, you guys are killing it this time. I freaking love it. Let's see. I'm going to get some... right. Because for whatever reason, I wanted this guy... I was kind of thinking he'd be given, the name, Timothy or something kind of a, something kind of... Or Thaddeus.
Uh-huh.
Something that he's he would be like, oh, there's little Thaddeus over there, So I think we're going to go with Thaddeus because that's hilarious. Before he, it's kind of like he dons the persona of righteousness. But I'm all about that.
Yeah.
From last name perspective, probably wouldn't know that either. But do you know if he was from was he from a wealthy family, a named family, or something like that?
She doesn't know that either. I would imagine, given how he the level of entitlement he feels, I would guess probably something rich.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least well off enough that he has never had to actually have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can kind of take that in whatever direction you'd like. She doesn't know that either.
Oh, I think I know exactly what I want this person to be. Okay.
He's just every negative. I've given him every negative characteristic I can think of because he is bad. He's supposed to be just just awful. Like, three-dimensional, but
Mm-hmm.
awful.
So, I also do like the name Beauregard, but Thaddeus is a good one for first names. His last name, if you're okay with it, I'm going to make his last name Godfrey.
Yeah.
That is Godfry. You will pick, I hope you pick this up, and I hope Ryan is paying attention when this becomes a thing, because this is one of Ryan's most hated family lines in our universe.
Ah, okay.
And it
I
would,
love a connection.
oh my god, it would be great. So, Thaddeus is too good. He has to be Thaddeus. I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, no, good old Thad over there. It's like my name is not Thaddeus. My name is Righteousness, and they're like, you know, I'm all about it. And Godfrey is a.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me? Did I cut out on you?
Yeah. Oh, well, I got kicked out. I'm back now.
Oh, out of the chat. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's Righteousness is really kind of going for it, I guess.
Yeah. He's like, stop talking about it.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. But yeah, Godfrey is a name of, basically the quintessential, they deserve the world, they're better than everybody else, and they act like it. They are nefarious as possible, and they will take any opportunity to gain a little more power and just get exactly what they wanted. Oh yeah, no, that's delicious. Yeah. Okay, cool. So she's wondering, what is Thaddeus going to think? So back to Nestlorel's surface thoughts. What's Thaddeus going to think? Of course, you're like, who in the hell is that? But you think kind of make the connections when she's going over, what's Aki going to think? What's Thad? As she'll say Thad, like in her mind, but then she corrects herself, saying Thaddeus.
Of course.
So she's like, oh, no, wait. He said, don't call him that. Then talking about time, so she'll be like, okay, we got to do that. She's worried about her father, Cale. He left the day of the meeting, so it's been a few days, I believe. And then Nullis, not really sure what that is because she doesn't either. But she's very happy that Boss did not go there. And then she's really now just like, the rest of the thoughts would be how to get on Ernest's good side again, or how to just get on there in general, because she doesn't want to make any enemies with people who are acquainted with Nyx. You can definitely tell there's a bit of an attraction there, but not one. It's the one like, hey, this guy's just my best friend or whatever. And not or whatever. That is something that is very established and something that I'm saying I'm brushing it off because that is like something that she's like, I can't think about that right now. But she does have it on her mind almost all the time. Because her and Nyx, and I'm so happy and proud of Johnny to just take that run with it. Just boom, done. Because he had no idea until that meeting. So it's like, yay. Yeah, wow, y'all are taking things in stride so well. I appreciate that very much. And then in the cabin, you will hear the same creaking that you heard before. Nessie's in behind you, and you will hear something lean against your door.
From the outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's gonna go see what that is.
If you try to open the door, it does not open, but so I say it doesn't, what occurs is you feel something move slightly, and Nyx is on the outside. I'll play it just very briefly. Hey, sorry, I was gonna wait out here just so that weird guy over there doesn't bother y'all. And he kind of like, you can't see his face because he hadn't opened the door enough. But he's just kind of talking quietly, and he's looking over in the direction of the guy who wanted this room.
Well, I appreciate appreciate it. Are you gonna stay out there all night?
I mean, not, well, all night's kind of a, yeah, just kind of be awkward about it because it's like, I want you guys to be safe, and you're kind of picking up that now that Nessie's in there, he's like, okay, I cannot leave this door. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you like, okay. You want a blanket or something? Pillow?
Oh no, I'm okay. I've done my meditation like this before.
Okay.
As he leans, he's then realizing he turns and like he gets up so you can open the door all the way. He's like, no, I'm okay.
I'm not going anywhere. I heard something out here and I wasn't sure. So, you're fine. Good night, I guess.
Good night. If you hear me get up and leave, I won't be too far away until I hear you all stirring. I don't want anybody to come and do anything. And as this happens, you'll see Crystal like walk by and kind of look inside of y'all's room, just because that's just kind of their job, like kind of be like security when the sun goes down. So, but yep. Oh, good night. Yep, I'll just be out here.
Okay. I think she maybe originally. Well, okay. So I think they said that night. But if I can, I think she may have put Nessie off for a night.
Sure. Yeah, no, go for it.
So that she could like gather what she needed.
Yep, I'm all about it. So if that is the case, then that is totally fine. We can, we can retcon a little bit. That's no big deal. We'll say that Nessie, because I think at that point you'd have Ernest and Frank in a space. You would have Milliard hanging out outside. Then Nessadell could. It would be hilarious if she was up when Smack comes back. Because he'll just spawn and start freaking out.
She still would have let her sleep in the room. Just like, I'm not ready to have this conversation tonight.
You got it.
I have other stuff I need to prepare, so just like tomorrow night, instead of going to bed, we're gonna talk, kind of a deal.
For sure. At that point, Nessadell you'd be able to tell she's like, and I'm not gonna sleep tonight. She's just gonna be thinking, she'll, be going over those sort of thoughts, and also, you that first evening will have felt the presence. Hold on a sec. You will have felt the presence of the shadowy, kind of cloaked figure person, and you would have heard. I'll say you can actually probably have woken up for this part, and you'd have to do a perception check to glean everything from it because it is being done through a door.
Okay. Perception check, you said?
Indeed.
Okay. 21.
Okay, man. Very good, very good. So, you will hear just about all of the conversation. I am going to have that whole thing up when I get it uploaded to the YouTube piece. I'll try to remember to tell you what spot specifically, but I want you to have heard at least a bit of this information before we go to the next thing. So, outside, you're hearing the same voice. You hear Nyx. Everything else goes quiet. You can kind of still hear the ship creaking a little bit. The waves are kind of splashing, and then almost as though like y'all are taken somewhere else, like very kind of briefly, almost like it will get to the point in about 2 minutes of the conversation where have you seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
So when Elle goes into like just the black space, and it's like filled with water, and there's nothing else there except for them and the other thing.
Yeah.
It is this figure, Nyx, sitting down, leaning against something that is not there, and then you behind them, like behind Nyx.
Okay.
That's kind of where that conversation will go. So I just want you to mentally have the picture of talking, and then y'all are kind of there.
Yeah. Okay.
They are so they're gonna speak with Nyx, kind of going back and forth a little bit about you still haven't come and found me. He's then he speaks about him, like his relationship with this thing, his relationship to the entity with his friends, right, with the people he cares about, and then they are going to kind of come back with the notion that I'm trying to remember very specifically what I said there, but the gist of it is that you are the key. So gentleness is the key to them becoming real.
Okay.
And it'll be one of those things, they don't really mind if you hear that or not. And you can you can tell that because you're in this space too, but it also may lend itself to a bit of like a connection kind of, well, they're putting their hooks into folks. So and they're, you're in the proximity. So, but yes, gentleness is the key to them becoming real.
Okay. And this person is saying this to Nyx, like Nyx knows this at this point?
Correct.
Is he surprised? Like, does it seem like this is something
he had no idea. He's just like, he knew, okay. he knows that, I will say this, a bit of the slyness here will come from, he admits to them that he knows they aren't what he explained to you.
Yeah, okay.
That's the important part, is there is not full subterfuge in regards to like, okay, cool, just tell me what to do next. But he's got to play a little coy. One, for just lack of familiarity with this thing, because Johnny and I haven't done as much with them until now. But they don't know who they are. You kind of glean that they're from the same place a little bit, like not necessarily knowing what Johnny is now. Like, you don't know what a Shader Kai is, right? So,
yeah.
So the Shadowfell kind of a deal is like, but there's a little bit of familiarity, but not enough to be like, Darth Vader, all like, yes, my master, what do I do next? But they are surprised at hearing you come up, but they do know more than they let on to you.
Okay, cool.
So, yay.
Yay.
Yes. And let me tell you, this right here, doing these side things and the side hustles and stuff, are some of my absolute favorites. So,
yeah, very cool.
It's very fun to have the little offshoot thing. So, anytime and anything you wanted to do or solidify or have as a more either solidified memory, or we're not going to time skip again unless it's actual like downtime, because I think folks have learned to not ask for, can we gain a few levels and just do nothing in the story? I'm like, sure, go for it. It's happened. Do you want to do it again? Because hey, it's all good. And I actually already have since I have my inspiration now, thank you, James. When all of you get one and all have it at the same time, this will come more naturally or inorganically in the story. But the whole, if somebody gets all 7, like if we all gift somebody 1, it's gonna be nuts. I mean, absolutely insane. So, yes, possibly campaign ending. So, I'll make sure I put a reference on that when everyone knows that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, no, I cannot wait. I don't want to spoil too much, but all right, you are there for that. Then they, let me see. Yeah, that's what you glean from there. And now I don't know if you sleep too much for the rest of the night, But Patch is not there with
No.
you when you're in the space, like in that zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Okay.
Then you come back and
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. Patch, like you then kind of feel his presence again when you're back in air quotes reality.
Yeah, I don't think she sleeps at night really at all. Especially knowing they're so like right there,
Mm-hmm.
and the others are around. Like, yeah, she doesn't. Yeah.
It's a sleepless
Uh-huh.
night. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, and then the next day at some point, she, well, does she seem nervous? Does she seem normal?
So after her sleepless night, or what you could almost guarantee is one, she would definitely seem nervous. She would, with all the stuff going like on, it's one of those. There's almost too much to think about, so she kind of bricks for a little bit in regards to like her surface thoughts, and then it's just one of those. Okay, food, reset, think for a moment. But yes, you can definitely tell she's not that she's not on board, but that it's like there is way too much happening too fast right now, and I don't have Aki here, and I don't have Thaddeus here. Dad's not here. Nix is keeping his distance to it like a little bit, but on the upturn, like kind of the upswing there is like she made a new friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like she's taking.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of franticness, but also a comfort in her, you know, and you having a good conversation. You know, you're inviting her in, so it's just a freaking whirlwind in her mind.
Okay, then gentleness will, at some point when they're all like up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
she'll just go up to Nessie, whatever she's doing, and just kind of be like, I know you're kind of going through a lot at the moment, but if you are needing some company or want something to do, I will be preparing for our event later if you want to come with me while I do that. I'll just be around. You can find me whenever.
Oh, and you see, so you'll step up to them as they're on the not the main deck, but the one below, getting some food. So they're eating, as my aunt used to call it, braftus. So they're kind of like, ooh, and they'll look up, like something being stuffed in their mouth, and they just kind of nod, like, and as they continue to chew, and she'll, big gulp there. Yeah, just let me know when. Something to take my mind off of this would be great.
Well, it's kind of right now. It's going to take me a little bit probably.
Oh.
So I figure I'd get started.
She's gonna look up to you, and then back down to her plate of food. Back up to
You
you.
don't have to come right now. You can finish, come find me.
And then they actually come pick up, like they stand and take their plate. Do you care if I eat while we do this?
No, that's fine. That's probably better, actually. You may want to just maybe eat a little bit more today than normal.
Mm-hmm. And
I feel like it might be strenuous.
what? As she sticks in,
What?
takes a bite out of the muffin. She's like, "What? Strenuous?"
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe you don't know. Like talking to them, it can be draining is all.
Oh.
And
Okay. I was really
just them in
hungry.
general. This isn't like special to mine. I think it's just kind of all of them.
Really? And she'll do an insight check against you to see if she's what she's attempting to do, and just it's easier if you can see my face as I do some of these things, so I'm going to explain a little bit more than usual.
Okay.
She's going to insight check that, and what that's going to do is, and you can insight check her back, because all you guys are doing is gleaning information right now. But that question is important in regards to the comparison, because if you're like, yeah, not this happens with almost everybody, right? And then she goes, wait a minute. So then she kind of thinks for a second. She rolled terribly, so you can. She got like a 3, so you can roll one back. Awesome. Yeah, you know that she's never had to do that before. Like she doesn't make that connection because she doesn't have to do that normally. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get that a little bit again with the surface thought thing, just kind of solidifying, like, yeah, that's not what I was told. So yeah.
Yeah, that was the intention.
You got it.
Just trying to sow a little bit more doubt, maybe.
You most certainly did.
Good. Okay. Well, let's go find some. We gotta find some dirt. Okay. So today.
She just laughs a little bit, like, what?
So I can kind of make my own mud, I guess. But if they have some on the ship so that I don't have to do that, or some clay or something, that would be great. We're gonna do what I sent you. We're gonna make a little patch figurine.
Yep.
But like not the gross version, like a regular boar.
Yep.
And I would like to inscribe the primal savagery cantrip into it if I can.
That is awesome. No, yeah, I was all about that. That's very cool.
And then they just need to fire that. I imagine that takes her a second because she's not used to arts and crafts.
You'd be surprised, actually.
Okay.
Because they're kind of a little bit Mesopotamic, Mesopotamian, kind of like Aztecian, sort of in my mind, right? They're like, these folks are, when you think of first Americans, Mesopotamians, like South Americans, stuff like that. That in my head is who these people are going to be based off of, like very traditional, regulated systems and stuff like that, like. Strength and honor to a degree, not in the English, kind of a version, but more of like really into the earth and the natural things and whatnot. So, but I will say this: you pick up the second that you say, "I can make my own mud." That's what I was like. Hold up.
What? Yeah.
Well. No. She shouldn't say that. This is her surface thought. She's like,
okay.
What? And you are picking up that she's like, I only know one way for a human to make mud, and this is not good.
She'll take out her staff and she'll cast Shillelagh.
She looks up at the staff like,
and just kind of gesture to it like, this is what I mean.
So she's gonna put her hand on your shoulder, like, oh my god, I thought you meant something else. Ooh.
I'm not gross.
Well, you do play around in mud.
Mud isn't gross.
I mean, I guess that's true if it's mud that you make.
Well, most of the time, mud is like, I'm not saying it's clean, but it's pure,
Isn't it anything but? It's dirt and water, or?
Yeah. 2 of the simplest ingredients. Dirt, water. Nothing complicated.
Okay. I mean, we do make things
without magic.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, hold on.
If you want to, or you're not me.
She kind of like chuckled a little bit, like if you're not me, it's like, hold up, this person's pretty prideful. I love it. So like, oh, okay, I guess you're right. I mean, we do have a bunch of things like that up there. Okay. Sorry, it's all right. It's really early. I didn't sleep at all. You'll also see that she's in some clothes that look like, when a girlfriend, boyfriend, what have you, whatever, a partner borrows another person's outfit that's too big. You notice that's what she is wearing right now. Because she borrowed some clothes, and you can smell the difference here because of Patch and your keen sense of smell that she's wearing Nyx's clothes.
Okay.
So just as a heads up there, because she gave one of her outfits away.
You seem fry. I guess too fry. I don't know. We can decide. You like you're having a hard time?
Me?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's you let a lot on me, and I've got my dad, Aki, and it's a lot. Like in just a couple of days, I came here and we had a meeting, and normally those are the most boring things ever. And
I told you don't leave that. All right, keep going.
Yeah, you're fine. I was just like, oh, there you go. That's gonna be, oh my goodness gracious. I need to, if they ever want to and they ever want to mess with you, let me know. I'll send them an email and say, hey, we got these characters. You can do whatever you want to this person. So, I love it. That'll come through in the audio as Crystal being like, hey, quit messing around over there. Yeah. Awesome. So I'm like, yeah, it's been a lot, and you've offered a lot, and I'm with a new group of people. I mean, like Nyx has been great, and so you've been great, but it's just all new. And I've actually traveled the world, but maybe you know about this. You leave your family, you go off and do your own thing with some religious figure with a new partner, and you think you found your way, and something happens and you meet somebody else who changes your perspective. Do you know what that's like?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Not exactly, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just been a lot. So sorry if I'm a little bird-brained and they kind of stick their tongue out like, But I do appreciate your time and stuff. That's really nice of you.
It sounds like she loves you, right?
I think she does.
Well, you think she does?
Well, I mean, you never really can know, right?
Why aren't you getting married?
Well, we are, but you don't have to know love is real. You just have faith.
Well, right.
But that's not knowing.
I think sometimes it is.
She kind of... Well, how do you know something you don't know? You just hope that it's right.
Well, you just proceed as if it is, and then...
Oh, well, I mean, I guess... Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing then, I guess, and she takes another bite of her thing.
Well, I guess maybe... I don't know. I'm not close to marrying anybody, but you marry somebody, you don't even know if they love you.
Well, I mean, I guess I maybe said it wrong. I feel that she does. She acts like she does, and I mean that. I'm perfectly happy with that.
She does.
Well, okay, then yeah. I mean, sorry, my dad's a very literal person, and my mom hasn't been around for a long time, so sorry if I'm in arbiter of justice mode and she talks like Kale for a second.
Well, I mean, that's fine. But what I was going to say, you know, she loves you. She'll at least try to understand.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think really it comes down to more. I think it just comes down to more, you know, having to change everything at the last minute. You know.
Oh, for your wedding?
Yeah, I mean it's not really about not thinking Aki doesn't love me. I do think that very much, but now we just I don't know if you've ever been a part of a royal engagement, but I mean this changes the entire thing because probably won't have our friend do it if Aki is okay with it, and we might even get your somebody who you know to do it.
Oh, I have not thought about that.
Yeah, maybe even you if you would be so inclined.
I suffer from what you might call stage fright.
Uh-huh.
If you really want me to, I will think about it as hard as I can.
Okay. Well, we actually can help you get over that stage fright.
Like how?
You want me to show you right now?
Well, I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll get stage fright later. That would be bad, actually.
Well, it doesn't hurt, and she'll set her stuff down, so her cup and her plate, and she'll look at you. She'll square up with you, not in a way that looks like aggressive, but squares up with you. Her like almost cockatoo type hair kind of comes up a little bit. Her clothes get a little bit bigger, and she pats you on the arm and is going to say, you can do anything you put your mind to. What's going to happen is she's going to cast heroism on you.
Okay.
And heroism, I know it gives you 10 HP. You do feel, so for one, you're at this point, what's going to happen, like kind of with her version of it, because it comes from Kale, the Arbiter of Justice, and you'll find out that these people are these people for very various reasons. Her version of this, excuse me, pulling up the ye old spell. So you get, now you have to be willing, so if you don't want this to happen, it won't.
Just let it.
Okay, so you are imbued with bravery until the spell ends. Hers lasts an hour, not just a minute.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, you're immune to being frightened. You gain 10 HP equal to the spellcasting ability modifier at the beginning of each of your turns. You gain 5. So what's going to happen is 10 HP in this case will also kind of act as a satiating sensation. So normally you're kind of on the edge of hunger a little bit. This has fulfilled that, and the next piece is you could do anything forever. Like it kind of goes like whoop.
Okay, what time is it?
It is. I think you guys kind of woke up. It would be between like 8 and 9 a.m.
Okay.
And then
Still kind of.
she leans back a little bit, like yeah, like that.
Wow. should have asked you to wait until later.
She says, I can do this a few times a day.
Okay, great. Well, remind me later.
Okay.
Let's go to the mask.
Yeah. Let's go.
She's gonna go climb the mast.
All right. Hey, you got it. With that, you're going to climb it because, we would require like a skill check or something if you couldn't just take the most time you needed. So you were good with that. So you get up to it. You go as high up on the main mast as you would like.
Okay.
She's flying up behind you with her cup and her plate. Like, see here. All right, here we are.
She will kind of gather what she made with shillelagh. And she'll make her little, like, in two halves.
Mm-hmm.
She'll make two halves of a boar. And then on the inside, like, etch in.
Oh, yeah.
Primal savagery, whatever that looks like.
I was gonna say that could be like whatever, like if you want it to be a symbol or something. If you want it to be just like claw marks on the inside, it can be like as symbolic as you would like that.
I like the claw marks on the inside.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then she'll put it together, and let me see. We need fire. And make fire with your craft?
You can, I believe, put out flames possibly.
Light a torch or campfire. Candle, torch, or campfire.
Do you have a candle, a torch, or a campfire?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Oh.
I think we need.
Yep. Sorry. You see inside of this, and this is up to you, and this is just going to be funny one way or the other. Like, if you want to go this route, there is a nest up there that you could light like tinder and have a small kiln type thing.
Okay. Is there a way I can do that without burning the whole ship down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Spark it up. And hey, I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube, but it's like primitive technology or something like that, where like the dude makes his own kind of stuff. What you would do in this case, you could lay a layer of mud, right, underneath it. And then that's going to create like an insulating layer. And then you light the top, right? So then you can actually make a little kiln.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Awesome. So you're going to do that. Before you actually go to fire it, Nessie's going to have finished their food since it took you a few minutes to, make a boar. She's going to say, is that it?
I guess, yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, we will need more mud for later, but as we have established, that is not an issue.
She kind of like, no, I mean, can I help with the boar?
Maybe, like how?
Well, to put some more detail into it, but this is part of me helping communicate with this person, right? Or this thing?
No. No. This is like if it goes well, you decide to, I guess, join up with us. This would be like a token. Did you see what I put in there?
Yeah. You scratched it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like in case of emergency, you could break this, and it will gather for yourself some protection.
Oh, well, okay. I was just going to put some more detail into it to help out with it.
Sure. You can, yeah.
So she'll
Wouldn't hurt.
yeah, she'll take it, and then you'll actually see her. Normally, you know, she has her big wings that are kind of tucked in. Most of the time, to not be too like, you know, pterodactyl inside of a one-bedroom apartment kind of deal. And but she has her hands, you know, normally being kind of almost fur feel, then a little bit like she normally is like wearing gloves and stuff like that. But she will, and then a couple of claws will come out, and then she's going to like her eyes will in the same way that she would look at like a bird kind of hones in on a predator, like her being the predator in this case, she would then start to make little markings that would be very much Atheris like in regards to the way in which the art is going to look. Like you've seen totem poles or things like Aztecian art, Mesopotamian art, things of that like style. She's going to put into this to help with you doing the craft.
Okay, yeah.
Patch is like, what the hell is this?
Listen, we're trying to make a friend. You gotta be a little bit chill.
He's like, why are we so high up in the air?
Again, we're trying to make a friend. You have to chill. Don't worry, when we talk to you, we will not be up here.
Oh,
Also, be nice.
go ahead.
Be nice. Don't talk about the eating people. We can cross that bridge later.
He takes his bib off. He's like, okay. Do you have in mind a voice for Patch? Like somebody I can attempt to mimic or take note from?
I think I did, but I do not know his. Oh, Hades Town.
Say it one more time.
What's his name? You know Hades Town?
Oh.
You know Patrick? What's his face?
Do you mean the guy who plays Hades?
Yeah.
Oh no, oh no. I got you. Okay.
What is? Oh, I'm gonna find his name though.
Now what's that?
Patrick Page.
Perfect. Okay, well, before these, oh my god, I love that dude's voice. Okay, if you see me outside smoking cigars beforehand, I've got to get my voice at a very low register, but I love that kind of voice.
Yeah, like that. With some growl, like you did, yeah.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay. The voice acting piece, and I'm so happy you told me that. Yeah, no, that'd be perfect for doing the script and stuff, like the voiceover. Love it. Freaking love it, bad love. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Okay, now that I know that, put that out there. Okay, it's gonna go hard from being a little bird lady to a pigman. I'll be able to really bring it in on the intro. So if I lose it a little bit during going back and forth, that'd be that is what it is. But
Yeah, no.
oh man, now I want to go light up a cigar right now. Okay. Well, just let me know when it's time, because I'm out of here.
Okay. Yeah, have a good day, I guess. Probably, hey, don't get caught. But probably eat something.
What am I supposed to eat here?
Ships have rafts, right? And then maybe there's, you know that guy?
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, that guy tried to take my room. You could get rid of him.
Good
But
night.
again, don't get caught. We are stuck here for a few days, okay?
But you say there's a raft, we could just take one of them.
Say that again.
Didn't you say there was a raft? We could just take one of them.
Oh, just like the animal. Who were you talking about?
He leaves.
Okay. Not anybody I know, okay?
you're just like, he's gone.
Hey, if this goes well, I could get all of them, all right? Don't do it.
And you will hear kind of in the back of your mind, sensing he's a little bit further away, what if I don't want all of them?
Well, then at least wait till they're no longer useful to me, okay?
Oh my god, I love it. Nessie's like, hey, you okay?
Yeah. I am preparing for tonight.
Do I need to do anything to prepare for tonight?
Well, like I said, eat something.
She holds up her plate of half-eaten, like, it's gonna be a mix of hardtack, some dried meats, fruits. She has a couple of oranges. She offers you one.
Oh, I'm great. Thank you, though. You're gonna need that. And then maybe bring a snack, an extra one,
Well,
just in case.
well, Savarina said you have to eat an orange a day.
Well, I did.
Oh, okay.
I will. Yeah, it's all right. You keep that. You do yours. I'll do mine.
Okay. So continue to eat, like nibble on stuff.
And I think that's actually, if he's gonna go take care of himself a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually all she really needs to do. She just needs to wait for that to finish firing.
Understood. You are going to. It's going to finish. And you can make a perception check for me. Actually, your perception, I think, passive is at least a 15, 16, I think.
Yeah, it's a 19.
All right. What?
17, sorry.
So remember, you are not level 5 technically yet, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
oh, and real quick, was Isaac able to help you get the like subclass stuff that you needed?
He was putting it together.
Okay,
I
cool.
haven't checked to see if I could add it yet.
No problem. So, and that is that the one that I sent you the companion from? Like, I think I got it from that. We put the companion on so you can get the rules for that, and then it's like the UA, like the Unearthed Arcana version.
It's the revised one.
Mm-hmm. And that's oh yeah, what's it called? Like Primeval or something, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I believe we are on the same page. Awesome. I'm making a note so I can either do it myself or help them with it. So let's see. And I need to get you the table of the better benefits there. And I can tell you his last thing that he's going to have is called Hunger of the Void. And he functions like one of the astral... what is it called? It's the thing that the Third Eye would have summoned from our previous campaign that just comes out of the astral plane, and whatever it sucks in goes into another dimension that is just, like pain and all that. Well, that's what he'll do. Is his mouth will become almost infinite size and just sucks things in, and they go to nothing.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, it's going to be wild. So, okay. Yeah, that was the last thing I saw because I was scanning through some potential like suggestions and things of that sort, and I was like, that's gonna be a fun one. So, awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. You are still feeling real heroic right now, so you kind of have the next 20 minutes to be really heroic. And then you're gonna come to you're like not a crash, but like a okay, the caffeine's wore off, kind of a deal. So the temp HP stays. So
She's gonna go take a nap.
okay, yeah, go for it. Are you
Oh,
gonna?
no, thank you, baby. No, thank you. Good job. Thank you so much. All right, go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. Just hearing, so like, hey, Noodle, don't do this. It's like, it's so funny. All right. So, we're going to. Would you like to rest back in your room? You will notice there is you can stay up in the. I was going to call it a parapet, the crow's nest, or there are a couple of hammocks on the deck if you want to like lay out in the sun and just kind of feel the breeze and just chill like that. So up to you.
She's gonna go be visible just in case Patch does find someone.
Mhm.
So there is no question she had nothing to do with it.
Understood. Okay. You go and if you're gonna be visible, awesome. You can go lay down in the hammock. You look inside of this hammock that's there. You see Milliard's flask. You also
Okay.
have noticed Nyx is running around the deck, just like putting on his detective hat and like just going back and forth, and he eventually starts fighting Vance Fortuno with a big anchor.
Well, I'm gonna pick up Milliard's flask in case he forgot it.
Cool. So you will, and if you're gonna take a nap down there, awesome. Like, or in this hammock, it's really more relaying to you that this is where Milliard slept.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she'll take a nap.
You got it. When you do that, his kind of residual aura type thing, the hammock is incredibly warm, You also will notice a little more of that green ooze near where his head would have gone.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna make a note to talk to him about it.
So when you find that and you make that note, you're doing the mental like, okay, bro, like what's going on? When you have and you kind of think back to it, if you've ever looked or listened to any of Milliard's thoughts, every so often you'll hear like a squishing sound.
Okay.
And you can hear it. It is real. Almost as though something is like in his head almost.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting. Okay. Okay.
If you would like to investigate him more now, I can give you more on that. And he'll never know. But let me tell you, it is wild.
I think she is gonna investigate more, but after they get back on land
Sure.
and she can get away if she needs to.
Hey, that's smart. So, awesome.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I think she does erase she does get rid of any trace of that green stuff whenever she sees it. Just so nobody else.
So, when you try to get rid of it, how do you try and do that?
I think she just like gets a rag and is trying to like get like wipe it off, gather it up. I don't know.
That's totally fine. I'm trying to make sure you're not trying to put anything that would destroy it. Because, like, let's say, you wipe some up and toss it into a fire, something will happen.
Oh, well, no. I think she'd probably wipe it up and then toss it overboard.
Gotcha. And have you ever touched it with your hands?
Like, I don't think she's being quite that careful.
Then let's say this. At this time, let's say like you're going to wipe it up, but your like thumb hits it first, right? And when you got the rag there,
Okay.
it's gonna like spread over your hand, like, or sorry, not hand, but like your thumb, and then it's going to begin to seep into you slowly, but it's going to start to do that.
Okay, well now she's gonna panic
Yep.
and try to get it off of her, and then if it won't, she's gonna. Well, she's not gonna say anything to anyone.
You can make a Constitution saving throw to try and like force this out.
Okay. Ooh, I am rolling much better today than I did yesterday.
Yeah.
Or Friday, whatever. 18.
Oh yeah. So at this point, your hand is going to go white. You've seen this. Hold on. You know what you are, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So your hand goes white, and you're like, no. It goes in a very, pale, thin, kind of lithe color, and like, no. And then it goes out back into like where the drop would be, and then it actually starts to kind of move, almost like it's trying to get away.
Okay. I was not able to get it off.
It came out all the way, but it's now like trying to leave as like a little blob.
Okay. Let me see what I have.
And also too, you will then you're like, wait a minute, if this thing thinks, I can know what's going on, right? Because you can do surface thoughts.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Right. So you then get to like, you still only have the or like a sludge or a goop type sound, like someone throws like sticky tack against the wall, but it is now a little bit more active, and you're like, wait a minute, I've heard this in Amelior's head. This is either part of it, or there are tons of these things inside of him.
Okay.
And it is about to like roll off your hand.
She has a water skin.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna put it in there.
Let me make a very important note here that if you ever drink water ever again, and don't think about that.
She'll make room in there. She's not trying to drown it, but she's.
Oh no. Yeah, I get you. I'm thinking of if you ever just like let it, like you just take a sip again, and it's like, yeah, it just goes on. Awesome. Okay, yeah, it's in there. The water sloshes around a little bit, like, nothing ever has changed. So.
Okay. Also, note to self: don't ever let anyone else drink it either.
But Janice, I'm so thirsty. All right.
Okay, and then she doesn't really have anything else to do throughout the day.
Sure.
So I think she's just kind of waiting for dark and for everyone to go to bed.
So you are going to put the thing in the water skim, and then you are going to wake up to what the fuck just happened up here. And you'll hear this voice. So Smack, this little frog man, and he sounds like a little Joey Diaz, Hey, who the hell came up here and burned down my home? And you can just kind of see over.
Shit.
What the hell is this? So the crew and stuff are gonna be like, so Balthazar at this point in time, this will be like, I don't know, maybe around noon, so sun's kind of peeking. He would have gone up there to, just go and take his nap because, he needs a siesta. And Balthazar is like, what do you be saying up there, boy? I can't hear you. Soot, go and figure out what his ailment is. And then the dragon, no one else is on board. You were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Make a performance check, if you will, to pretend like you are asleep, or you can do a stealth check.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use an inspiration for that because I rolled a 3.
Oh. You roll out of the hammock. It's like, ah.
Off the side of the boat.
Oh, no.
Okay, better. 21.
Holy shit. All right, you are rolling well today. Okay, soot flies out of Balthazar's beard. It flies out over the edge of the ship. It comes back. You are remaining very still. You've had to do this during hunts before. Act like you're not there. You don't exist. Your breathing becomes very steady, almost like a breath a minute, going in and out. Your heart rate lowers, kind of like you are in a relaxed state, if not there at all. Soot becomes the size of the ship.
Okay.
And it looks up, having kind of climbed onto the side. The ship does not lean. Okay? And then puts its big head next to Smack. And, what do you want? And it pokes its head into the crow's nest. Smack goes, are you freaking kidding me? Somebody came up here and made a little temple to some fire god or something. They just destroyed my entire home. I know I can come back, but I don't know if I can ever recover from this. A big shoo, kind of a puff of smoke comes out of Soot's mouth. Well, we'll find the ones that did this.
He said he's gonna find whoever did that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, okay.
So, then, Soot's gonna bring their head down. There's only one other person on deck right now. And start to... And their snout... I mean, it is Smaug to Bilbo right now. They sniff you. You've done well enough on your high check. They're like, well, she's been asleep this whole time. Must be someone else. And then they were going to fly it back off the side, become cat-like size again, and go back into Balthazar's thing. And then he's like, you can't hear anything, but he's going to nod his head like he was just told something. And then yell up to Smack and saying, espionage! Somebody aboard is trying to take us out from the inside.
Okay.
We'll find them. You may now wake up naturally from the commotion.
Yeah, she will.
Balthazar
She'll sit up.
eyes on you, but looks at you as well, it could have been you. You just been asleep this whole time.
Did you say... What
are you talking to Balthazar?
Yeah.
And he's like, come over here, girl. I don't want to be yelling across the entire deck.
She'll go over there.
He's gonna look over. Soot's little head pokes out of his beard. Somebody is trying to take us out from the inside. Best keep your head on a swivel.
What?
They've been taking out our crew's quarters. And he points up. And Smack, you can just see the tiniest little, like, top of a head. Because he's a little grown man, right? So he goes, they destroyed my home. Everything I've been working for. That I stole from that bird.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want, like, can you make a new one? Or find a new one? Or
He's gonna say, I don't know, let me look. And he walks around the crow's nest. Like, there ain't nothing else here.
okay. Well, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Inside check. At disadvantage, because he can't even see, he can barely see you. He rolls 5. He's like,
Okay, I got a 12,
okay.
13.
Nice. Yeah, so his 5, you got it, Hundy P. And he goes, thank you. At least there's some people on this ship who take things seriously, care about people's feelings. And he's kind of like wiping his, like, huge teardrops are coming out of this person's face.
Aww.
And he's like, that's all right. I'll go find something else. A drawer to live in.
Well, that might be more comfortable than out here.
Maybe you're right. I won't get rained on as much. And he starts to the very slow climb down.
Well, what are you gonna do?
He's like, I can't hear you super well up here. The wind's really picking up. And
She's talking about the door.
okay, he says that back to you.
Yeah.
Balthazar's like, well, we know at least it wasn't 3 of us, so we got some more people to talk to. Interrogations will begin momentarily.
Oh. Okay.
You didn't happen to see anybody while you were taking that nap, were you?
Like before I fell asleep, I saw. Well, there were kind of a lot of people on the deck, I think.
Aye, it's a pretty hip happening place to be.
Yeah, I saw Nick fighting with somebody.
What?
One of yours.
Oh, that was just Vance showing off his cat-like prowess.
Oh, well, I mean, I saw some others, but that's the notable one, I guess.
Who were the other ones that you saw, lass?
Who else did I see?
So, at this point, you would have seen Crystal up there. You would have seen Smack up there. You would have seen Milliard go downstairs. Nessalel be around as well. And then that's all you can recall. So.
Who were the first 2 people?
Crystal, the bird lady.
Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal,
Yeah.
and then Smack. So Crystal does the security, as she's the what's it called? Like the arms master, basically. So she does all the cannons, does all the security and stuff like that. So she does a lap like once every 30 minutes on the top of the deck, and then goes downstairs, and that's when she's doing her rounds, basically.
Well, I saw your security woman. I mean, I saw your friend who has lost his home. I would imagine he probably didn't do it, right?
You'd be thinking he's trying to get
Somebody
better
do
quarters.
Say that again?
You'd be thinking he's trying to get better quarters.
Well, he seems sincere. Seems sad.
We pirates, we can put on quite an act.
Oh, well, you know him better than me. That's what you feel like he's doing. Maybe he is.
Make a performance or a persuasion, or you can make a persuasion or a performance check.
Okay. Bad.
All right.
7.
He's like, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind. I need to look at all their contracts, see what he's really inclined for.
Okay. Well, do you need me any longer, or?
Unless you want to be driving this ship, no, lass.
Oh no, I think that's probably a bad idea.
Have you ever driven a ship before?
No.
It's quite the intoxicating event.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be sober for tonight, so thank you.
Inspiration. That was hilarious. He'll just kind of nod, like you can go. Soot's gonna, like, their little face has just been aiming at you from the beard sticking out, and just kind of sniffing, looking, watching.
She'll wave at him.
So Soot's gonna a little bit of the wing comes out, like a little wave.
I like your friend.
Aye, yes. He's been with me through thick and thin. Mostly thin. You see how small he is? And then a little puff of smoke comes out of Soot's snout.
Oh, does he not like being called little? He doesn't like being little?
Nah, lass. He is terribly distraught that that's as big as he'll ever get.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Being bigger isn't really great either. That is helpful.
He leans in close, understanding that Soot's coming with him. But he's like, tell him that, lass.
Okay. Mr. Stud, being big, also not that great.
As you say that, the surface thought that you are picking up is screaming, things melting to like nothing because of I'm sure you've seen the Game of Thrones episode, or at least seen a meme of it or whatever, where they take out like the Tully house, whoever Sam's family was. They're like, hey, we're gonna not kneel to Daenerys, and they just melt with the dragon fire. That is the kind of sound, at least, you get from within Soot's thoughts. And Balthazar, as you kind of go from one to the other, you hear the same thing.
Okay, interesting. All right. She has some understanding of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She'll kind of like nod and if you need me, I mean, how many places could there be for me to go? You'll find me, I guess.
There's lots of places a stowaway can hide on a ship, lass.
You think there's a stowaway?
No, but you said there aren't many places you could be. There's almost infinite.
I'm not a stowaway. I asked for permission like everybody else.
Aye, that you did. And he just kind of looks off into the distance.
Okay.
The breeze
All right,
is blowing.
Good luck with your investigation.
Let us know if you see anything of ill repute.
Well, okay. I mean, all due respect, you are pirates, right?
He is going to give you the most serious look you've seen since you've engaged with righteousness face to face.
Uh-huh.
We be privateers, not pirates.
Okay. Apologize. I meant no offense. Privateers.
You can
A
feel,
very important distinction.
yes, you can feel Soot's like breath becomes hotter.
Okay. Well, all I meant was that I'm not quite used to this. I apologize, Kim. Please let me know if you need help investigating. I have no special skills in that department, I would say, but I don't know.
You don't have your sea legs yet, but don't worry. We got plenty of time for that later.
Later. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure.
He's just, this person is like almost clinically insane, so
Yeah.
it'll go on until you leave.
There can only be one. Nope.
So as you turn to leave, Soot's breath, like it, they're not like breathing flames or whatever, but like when you turn on a torch and the gas starts to shoot out, it's almost like that was occurring and you almost took a point of damage before as you turned away.
Okay.
So then you,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, then you go and do whatever it is you're going to do. And if it's wait until, or maybe find Nessie, and then cool, it's going to be, the quote unquote experience. We can roll to that unless you wanted to talk to anybody else before that happened.
Nope, I'm ready to go.
Alrighty. So where would you like for this to take place?
Well, it'll have to be in her room.
Okay.
Or in their room, I guess. And she'll wait until if Nix is going to sleep out there again, she will wait until she is really positive he's asleep.
Okay.
Or meditating, I guess, is what he said.
Correct. I need for you to roll, or for me to roll, and you to call a high or low.
No. Hi.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. So,
That's the first time I've ever been right.
yeah, that was 85, and I think someone's favorite number is 87. And funny enough, I think it's Johnny, which it actually may not be on your side, but it was 85, not 87. So we're gonna go for it. He does not. The reason why I ask is because, and I think you've heard us talk about it. He has almost like a sonar. So if Patch becomes corporeal, he'll know. But if he's meditating, it's really a high or low whether or not Ari is awake or not. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Luckily enough for you, they are not. So they will not alert him. So you're ready to go. Aki has... they've actually brought down like a plate of like food. They've got some more dried meats. They have like some salted pork. They have a little bit of fruit, like another orange, some more like hardtack that you see them like dipping in some rum or like a wine. And they'll actually say, have you eaten today? I haven't seen you ate your orange earlier, but you I've never seen you eat.
Oh, I eat I ate today. I eat all the time.
Would you want some? And she's gonna offer you some hardtack.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So they'll have like 2 cups of like almost like mug type things, and then there's wine or rum to put in, because of course hardtack. It's hard, but that's so it can stay, and I'm sure you're aware of all this. Then you dip it, makes it soft, then you consume, or you can eat it like the hardest cracker there is. So nibble on that, and she does see you consume something, right?
Okay. Can I just do a little mental check-in with my buddy?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's actually asleep on your bed.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you feeling up for it? You feeling good about this?
What? And
You feel like
you see him kind of like start to wake up.
you're ready?
I've been ready my whole life.
Okay. Just to be clear, you're not gonna
I eat them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You found other food earlier?
I might
Uh-huh.
have.
Did any of it have a name?
I didn't ask.
Did you say you didn't name them?
I didn't ask.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. I don't really care. Okay.
He's gonna kind of laugh. He'll chuckle. Yeah, the predator doesn't normally ask its prey what its name is.
Yeah. Complicates things.
Mm.
Well, all right. Just don't fall asleep again.
Oh, I'm wide
Sure.
awake.
She'll go sit on the floor and kind of motion for Nessie to sit across from her.
Oh, okay. She'll set the plate down, take another swig of her.
We'll bring that with you.
Okay.
You can eat while we do this. It might be smart too.
Okay. I thought we normally eat at performances or something.
Well,
Is this like communion?
more like offering.
She's kind of like, you can kind of glean that she's like, I'm offering consumption. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. She'll say that a lot. Yeah.
So, as you read that service thought, and then you say this aloud, she's like, wait, what?
It's confusing, I know, but just trust your instincts.
She's gonna look
First
at you.
off, that's not.
Yeah, she's gonna look at you very like, and her surface thought here is gonna be, well, my instincts would say my dad would have slammed you into the ground by now.
She won't respond to that. But she does think it is funny.
Okay, so, okay.
I think you will find that as we get closer, get a little bit different. Like that, for example. Not anything to worry about. I am a little closer to him than most. Okay?
They'll nod their head and take another bite of their, now soft tack. Okay.
I am going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and then we will see what happens. Okay?
Is there a wrong answer?
Yes.
You'll see her feathers kind of almost pale a little in shade, like, uh-oh.
There's no danger here. It's just, I think your answer may influence whether he responds or not.
You'll see her shoulders like visibly become untense, like, oh, thank God. Or wait, thank who? Who are we trying to communicate with?
Well, that is in the story. So he
Okay.
comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and forgive me, I did not write this down.
No, that's fine.
It's in just like a series of notes
Sure.
across a bunch of binders.
That
Okay.
is awesome. So when you say make her so comfortable, she's gonna take the blanket from your bed, the blanket from hers, and make a little nest.
Yeah, very good.
Mm.
Okay. A long time ago, before there were cities, before we communicated with each other, when we were just living in little groups out in the wilderness. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. And she has her eyes closed, like trying to visualize things as she's kind of nibbling on something.
We believed things a lot different. A lot different things were important to us.
Mm-hmm.
Things like food and safety. They're still important to us now, but it looks a little different. That makes sense?
I think so.
Okay. Back then, food and safety were usually the same thing. You had food, you were probably safe. But there were some things where that wasn't true. For example, the buffalo and the boar and all those big animals out there who can find food anywhere but are safe nowhere. Make sense?
I've never seen any of those things before until I went out on my journey.
Well, they used to be all over,
Oh.
and they lived in fear for a lot of time. And sometimes there were people who identified with that fear, who maybe had food on their table and a roof over their head, but they weren't necessarily safe. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, what would bring them harm?
Well, other people usually. Or sometimes if they were out alone, maybe like a lion or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay.
The order of things. And so people hunted, and sometimes that meant they hunted each other, not in the same way, but in that they had fights and they, conquered one another and that kind of thing. And that was such a part of them and how they lived and what they believed that sometimes those things took root and they grew into their own living, breathing ideas.
Oh.
How gods are made. Surely you have some idea.
We do. We have our own up in Atheris, the god of wind, of honor, tradition. The goddess of the nest, which is laughable, but you got to have some amount of comfort in your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. So you understand. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And in this time, there was some stories say he was a man. The story that I like says he was a great and powerful beast of the wilderness, a great beast with tusks and hooves, and thick fur, and in the story he's called the grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives with his family, with his children and his grandchildren, and they live so happily. And they have food everywhere, and he keeps them safe, so they have both food and safety. But one day, as people are, they need food too, and they eat the beasts of the wilderness. So one day, a group of people comes out, and there are too many of them for the grandfather to fend off. And they surround him and his family, and they're just looking for food. They're not looking, there's no malicious intent in it. They're just there trying to feed their family just as he is trying to protect his. And he puts up a great fight until the ground is red with his and the others, and many of his family have died, but many of them have died too. And this fight goes on for hours and days, and nobody's getting food, and people are still dying. And it goes on for days and days, and his family's dwindling one by one. And the people, because they can call more of them, more just keep showing up. And eventually, there's nothing he can do anymore. But watch by as his family is taken from him. And he decides, after he has drank of the water and eaten of the grass and regained his strength, that will never happen again. And so he goes out and he looks for the people who took his family. And in a lot of the stories, a lot of the ways this one is told, that's where it ends. He's still out there looking for his family, and he always will be. But in my version, he's found them. Kind of. Found a new family. And he started to build it up for himself so that he can gather people who need saving, who need safety, and he can redeem himself from failing that first time. Does that make sense?
Oh, wow. That's a lot to unpack there. But
He has a lot of names. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. Wow, that's just a lot. And in your thoughts, he is a beast. This thing is a beast. The grandfather.
He is, yeah. But he thinks and he feels and he plans just like you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
He's so old, he's grown past what he was.
Okay. Wow. I would have thought the story may have ended differently. And you kind of see her thought, like her surface thought being, well, I wonder if he tasted as good as as much fervor as they put into trying to take a bite. Like almost getting into the kind of mindset, like Patch is getting maybe a little closer of like consuming is the correct thing, but it's a little more morbid in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Good. She's gonna ease into the harder to handle bits of it later, but good. That's good that foundation is being laid.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's who I followed. He has other names. I usually call him grandfather, well, you should probably call him something else. We'll have to come up with something for you.
Oh, okay. Does he like a different name for every different person or follower or? Oh.
Sure. We can start that tradition.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I guess it actually would be harder for folks to not, well, actually harder for them to know about him, but that also might be a good way to keep them safe.
Yeah, well, and you know, protecting your own, keeping your own safe, and fending off others. That looks different for everybody, right?
Well, that's true. We kept ours safe by ascending. So
Yeah, and I do so by keeping watch, paying attention, trying to guide us in the right direction, away from danger, that kind of thing.
do you think that you've done a really good job with that, or do you think you need help with that?
I mean, I think I will need all the help I can get going forward. I don't know what to expect. And I normally wouldn't have even said anything, but like to you up there, I just would have kind of listened and let it go. But we got a lot of bad things coming, I think. And I could use an ally.
Okay. Well, you've presented a very interesting story. Worshipping and yeah, now she'll say it. She's like, worshiping or being guided or trying to achieve a feeling almost, because that's what it sounds like is happening. A feeling of safety. Doesn't seem like the worst, and it kind of speaks to my traditions where we kind of, I mean, just like you said, before there were cities, there were nest and wind and things like that. So
Yeah, that's good. You understand. See, we all have some aspect of what I'm talking about. We all value it. But what I'm saying here is that is our ultimate goal.
Is
We
safety
dedicate
and
our
food?
lives to it.
Oh, okay. So we dedicate our lives to that feeling.
Yes, for us and for those who belong to us.
Huh. Well, how do we know when they belong?
Well, I think you just feel it. You just know it. They don't always have to feel the same way. You can try to keep somebody safe without them really caring about you too much, I think.
That's true. And you get the sense when you say that Nyx comes to mind, like she wants to keep or like there's more of a feeling that one way than it is reciprocated.
Yeah, I think that you understand.
And she'll nod and okay. And her feathers are all kind of rustled right now.
And I mean, if I may, he agreed to keep you safe too. So.
What?
He brought you here to keep you safe.
Who? Your god?
Oh no, your friend.
Are you reading my mind?
It's more like when he's here, he tells me things that he knows.
Her eyes will kind of narrow a little bit, like, and you'll kind of, the hunger wells up a little bit more in her, kind of having like a sensation of this is Patch helping you out, like push past that, go consume, begin to consume more. So she's going to say, and she'll kind of shrug and take another. She looks around though, and she's like, I haven't been able to find any meat.
Yeah, that is going to be a problem. Just ear jerky. Maybe hold on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we get there, I promise, we will figure that out.
Well, I found these, and she actually pulls out like a little. It's a couple of fish that they're dead at this point, right? But she would have went out and gone full, like Peregrine Falcon, where she's just like diving into the water and grabbing fish. She's like, need meat, so she'll have a few, and she offers you one out of the three.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and they'll be, nothing huge by any means, but there is enough protein on it for, for like, you would assume, this little fish thing is going to be roughly an energy bar's worth of protein for you. So, but
okay, okay. Would you like? Well, I think we've had a good conversation.
she'll nod.
I'm going to ask you a question now. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you believe in what we talked about?
Very much.
And she's going to stand up and like a little ways away, like sort of in the corner, she's just going to lay the fish on the floor and then she'll come back and sit down.
Oh, did you not want it?
Oh, I do very much. Trust me.
Okay.
And she's gonna like sit cross-legged. Say, okay. Now, I think that he is in quite a good mood, and I think you gave the right answer. Okay?
Okay. And she bites the head off of the fish. I know, she's going full pelican. Just...
I think that it would be very good if your first words to him were a gift. Okay?
A gift is the words, or the gift is the gift?
Oh, well, an offering of a gift, and she'll point to the fish. And so just ask him if he wants that.
Okay. Sure.
Or offer it to him, I guess.
She'll sit there. She's going to actually get like onto her knees, kind of, in a little bit more of a like Eastern, I guess, type thing. We're gonna, like, instead of cross-legged, it'll be more, okay, cool. I'm like being purposeful and a little less relaxed. Her wings are going to come out, not full stretch, but one is going to be on. And I'm thinking about this in the room. It's probably 8 by like 7 feet or 7 by 7, roughly that. The beds are there. You got a little bit of space to be on the floor, and you have a little bit of space for like quarter corner. You will be to her left. Wings coming out, you're Indian style. She's sitting there up on her knees. Her wing is going to like lay it on you, almost like an arm draped over your shoulder. Very light, very what do you call it? It would be very warm, thick feathers that are like, oh, a bird person. I haven't touched one of these in either ever or a very long time. Very light on that, but more like cool. Strength and unity is kind of the feeling you're getting there. And she's going to say, Vel Morun, I offer you this in an effort to keep up with tradition and keep those who mean something, like gentleness, like Aki, safe, fed, and together. It goes deathly quiet. You feel the breath before you see the thing. That's quite a way to start a relationship. The gentleness you have outdone yourself.
I think it was pretty good try.
The fish is gone. That just disappears. And it's kind of like Patches coming out of the wall. Full visibility. Full on. Coming out of like darkness.
I am keeping a very close eye on Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
Just so if she tries to scream, I'm going to stop her.
Yes, there it is. Surface thoughts. Well, you can do an insight check, and I'll give you the surface thoughts. The insight check can be an advantage because you can kind of read what's going on. Surface thoughts here are: this is not a thing that frightens her. She has traveled the world. She is from an old tradition, like old family, built-in tradition sort of thing, and really, you kind of hit the jackpot in regards to this is a person who it would make the most sense doing this with haphazardly.
Yeah, I figured.
Which is fantastic. So they're just like,
I mean, if she was so taken in by the other one.
right. The other one had quote unquote love to offer, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is like now you're kind of hitting on the more familial traditions and more things that her Hale would love this. So she's just like, I'm gonna make Daddy proud. You know, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your insight check with advantage.
Okay, I got a 18 plus 7.
Holy shirt. Okay. Yeah, you know, she's totally down for this. She's like, you know,
Okay, great.
her only hesitation or reservation here. Oh, did you? She would have cast heroism on you again, so you're ready to go,
Okay.
like full on. Like, I'm going to show you my God, and he's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. Going nuts. So full on. She's into it. The only reservation she has is Aquila Borealis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a thing of, she doesn't think that Aquila will accept this, but the biggest thing that she's kind of nervous about is just the fact that it is so much change so fast.
Yeah.
That you have she has a wedding to physically happen with another deity kind of being the front man, and at a place where they already don't like the tradition, or the tradition being kind of skewed. They don't mind Aki, Atheris is whatever, you do whatever you want, but it's now you're bringing another religion into it while doing something that it's going to be more difficult to continue the line, but that's what magic's for, right? So that don't really matter. It's just the rapid change is the only thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So Patch is gonna go forth. Now you can feel the creaks, the thing that's heavy, and Patch is as corporeal that almost more than you've ever seen him.
Mm-hmm.
You should also note down that he's at 1800. I think instead of 1500.
Okay.
For that.
1800.
Yeah, he's going to sniff around. He's going to look at Aki. You can see the tusk kind of go by her head. He's angling it to get his nose almost as close to her as possible. Did she tell you that Faith was even better than the most delicious meal? Uh, no, but I understand. I mean, you can't live off fish alone. But faith is really hard to run out. And actually, it can last forever. Because with faith comes hope. And that can never die. You see Patch grow like a couple inches in size.
Mm-hmm.
And feel the, got it. The name that she would have mentioned is VEL space MORUN.
Okay.
So just to let you know that's what she called him at first, and then you can try to figure out what the what that means. But that's something from her culture.
Okay. Oh, and also, I don't know that. I think gentleness knows this, but she also feels like it's kind of probably not a great idea to tell people this.
What's that?
But his name, his like god name, is the Gorebeast.
Yep.
Gorebeast, one word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she knows that, but she is not probably ever going to say that out loud.
Oh, sure. No, that's fine.
Yeah. How are you feeling now?
I'm not hungry.
Yeah. That's good.
Good.
Now, something that comes with this is there is a little bit of responsibility.
Oh, I know all about that.
It's our responsibility to keep the faith, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
and to protect those, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, how do you know if someone should be brought in?
I think if they are a person of strong faith, they are a person who knows the value of protecting yours, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of how this happened. So I will admit I am new to this.
Yeah. Well, if it's okay, and I can bring a little bit of my my culture and tradition into this as well. This was a good rite of passage, but I think going, on I'm assuming that we hunt now. Is that a bad thing?
No, hunting's not a bad thing, as long as you know what you're hunting for.
Right. Yeah, it's to provide food and safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food and safety.
And she kind of she'll look away, like past Patch and kind of over to the wall, like food and safety. And she kind of is having, like just mulling over that in her mind. Like, what does that mean for her family, her soon-to-be family, and stuff like that.
And I think... Sorry, go.
No, you got it.
No, go ahead. She has more stuff to say.
Oh, I'm like, sorry. The thing was, it wasn't what she was going to say, but you were going to lean one side or her previous thing wanted the truth, right? Juxtaposing food and safety. That's her surface thought.
Okay. Now, that also applies to you. So we will do our best to provide you with food and safety. You do the same for us and for the people you care about. And in that spirit, I just want to warn you that I think you've guessed I have a history with your friend or your acquaintance, I guess.
Oh, I mean, kind of. When they said they wanted to come look for you, I was like, oh, okay. So, at the time, you were nobody, so it didn't really mean much. But based on the last couple of days, I know exactly why he wanted to come and talk to you.
Do you know if he was like looking to actually talk to me or looking to like take me with him?
I don't know if that was decided yet. Almost as though, we didn't know that this was decided or not, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for telling me. I just want to bring to your attention that, you form your own opinions, but based on my history, I would worry that regardless, whether you would agree to talk to us or not, I just worry that, what's your betrothed name is?
Oh yeah, Aki or Aquila Borealis.
Killer?
Aquila.
Yeah.
So Aquila.
Okay. Well, I know it. I don't know that. I don't know that gentleness remembers it, but.
Oh, I get you. You good?
Well, Aquila, if he introduced you to her, he might try to I'm trying to say this nicely.
You mean use her against me?
Yeah, or hold her safety over you or something.
Do I need to put a stop to that before he gets the chance?
Well, I don't know what before. I know who he was before all this. But I don't know who he is now. And it seems like, he knows you, so I think he probably has some power. I would just be real careful, and if you can get her away from there, I would take that opportunity.
Oh. Okay. She'll look at you as you guys are having this conversation about righteousness, and her eyes get a little bit big, and like she's remembered something.
What's wrong?
That's what he was trying to get with you. He was trying to ask you about if you've seen her.
I've seen who?
So, somebody who looks, a spitting image, right?
Of me?
Yeah, a little different, but kin or something.
Oh.
But
what? Why?
Well, I don't know. He kind of seemed like he was worried about it, maybe? He didn't give too many details, but I mean, he seemed really interested. And maybe you might know where she is.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I know anybody who looks like me.
So you haven't seen your mother in a long time? That's what I would have assumed it would be.
Oh. No. No, she died a long time ago.
Oh, she'll put her wing back up on you to kind of be comforting there. I'm sorry to bring that up.
No, it's all right. Like I said, it's been a minute.
I don't think he believes the same thing.
Say it again.
I don't think he believes the same thing.
Yeah, that tracks based on what I've seen past little while.
What's that?
Seems like he doesn't have so much respect for the sort of sanctity of life and death.
Oh. No, I agree. Yeah.
Do you know where he came from?
She's gonna make a history check. Dang, those dice are not super great. Oh my god. If you would like to give her assistance.
Yeah, I will.
By, kind of, giving it basically as much as you might know. But she's going to say, well, he came from, at least before Kaesong, where Aki is from. He said he didn't travel too far. He made his way onto a ship from, I believe, hold on a second, I'm not going to get the name wrong. Where is this little deal? Oh my goodness gracious. Where is my mouse now? My screen is now on, what do you call it? Up, down, there it is. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's what I thought. But I want to be sure. He came from Verdalis, the Verdant Refuge. So being the green place.
Yeah. And you know the stories about what happens there.
Well, supposedly, people couldn't live there for a long time. And per tradition, it was a sacred land. And before something truly evil occurred with this place, like with this land, Malice, destroyed half of our world. The elves and satyrs and other people of the forest kept that land sacred, and when the calamity began and took its, or when the shattering began, and then it took shape, and folks could only get to the place that could actually protect them because the roots of the world tree were so verse and so solid and as ancient as they were, could they go there. And Verdalis is now, I think the world tree is infused with more of the rift magic than it's ever been, and you would think that the Tree of Life is named that for a reason, right? So maybe it houses life and protects life, but maybe it also makes it.
Yeah, okay. Glad we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all I'm saying, I guess, is I will do my best to, if he becomes a problem, to keep you safe and fed. And I hope that you will do the same for me.
I will. She'll kind of look, kind of not square up with you, but look you in the face when she says that to try to prove the point.
And also our new mutual friend here, he doesn't like righteousness so much. So just be careful you ever talk to him again.
Wait. Careful for me or careful for righteousness?
Well, I don't know. I think that he will take care of himself. I'm saying be careful for you that you're not you're just being vigilant
Mm.
of him.
Mm. Oh, okay. I thought you meant if I talk to Righteousness again, our mutual friend will not like it and potentially make me the next thing that comforts and keeps someone safe.
No, I think I think you're safe now. You belong to the herd, as it were. Um, I don't think he would be angry with you. I think he would be angry with Righteousness,
Mm.
and you might. I don't want you to get caught in crossfire.
Mm. Is so? Can he be around like this with me now forever?
I don't know. He's around with me forever, but I'm a little different. I'm in a different situation.
Oh, what's that? Are you like a prophet, like Righteousness is?
Well, well, I would not like to say that I am like Righteousness in any way.
Oh.
I I just have been. We have been around each other for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm quite committed to this. I've put a lot of time and energy, and I believe quite strongly in what we're doing.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I can feel the fervor. You did a really great job.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And now also, this is for you, and she'll hand the little figurine over. Just a
Oh.
little token
Mm-hmm.
of our welcome, I guess. You break this, you find yourself in a tough spot, surrounded or something. You break this and get yourself some aid.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. And she'll kind of look like
Yeah.
around to the where Patch was. He's still kind of there, but it's one of those. It's he comes and goes in regards to almost as though like y'all were in a field and he's just kind of walking through the high grass, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll look at it and tuck it away, like making sure it's not like indelicate, right, where she can put it somewhere like in a bag that just it's not gonna slam up against something and break. So she'll have that with her, and she'll look to Patch as he comes back like one more time, like from the as though he were coming out of a plains type thing, like a tall grass there, and thanks. Let me know if I need to change or do something different, I guess. If you talk to me, or if I can get you some more food or something like that. And Patch will just kind of look back at her and do a nice big like big lip smack and nod, and then he rolls on.
Yeah. So keep yourself fed. That's very important. Maybe leave the feeding to me for a little bit.
You mean feeding him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are, as far as I'm aware, his only congregation.
Oh.
So we're on famine rations at the moment.
Hmm.
So just we got a rhythm going that it has been working well for us. So just leave that to me for now.
Sure.
When we get to the farm, maybe it'll be a little bit easier.
Oh, to recruit or to feed?
Well, to feed him, I can't imagine. I mean, maybe they're looking for faith, but I can't imagine any of them will want to join us.
Oh. I mean, you'd be surprised at what people want to do when it's their last option.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Not necessarily that I think I'd be surprised, but the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I would ask that. So none of the others know about this.
That makes a lot of sense.
None of the others kind of know about me or him. I would rather it stayed that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a kind of a delicate balance of. They have kind of put me in danger, and he doesn't love that. And so I'm just trying to keep them separate for right now, so there's no crossfire.
Oh. Well, I don't think they would, mind too much. But then again, it might not be them who you're worried about.
Yeah. Well, and I can think of one of them who I think would mind very much, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, your secret is, I guess our secret now is safe with me.
Yeah. Not forever, I promise. This is not a secret society forever, just until I can figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to start to be an apostle immediately, but if I find somebody to help strengthen us, then I'll, I guess, let you know first. And
yeah, that sounds great. Please do not call on him in that way without me. Okay?
Okay, I can do that.
The environment's got to be right.
She looks around and say, in a cabin on a ship. She laughs like,
well, more
no.
like you are not a threat to me, and also he ate today, kind of.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was just playing around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah. Good job.
She kind of is like, yeah, I'm not very good with the humor. And she kind of rolls her eyes, and you can. Her surface thought is thinking about Kale again, because he's as Sam Eagle as a person could be. So. Well, okay. This is going to be weird to ask, but I don't think that you've offered me to stay in here just for this. Is it okay if I stay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to kick you out.
Well, I mean, I didn't think you were. I just want to make sure it wasn't a cool. Now I need to go and do other things because you've accomplished what you did, which you did it very well. So thanks.
No, thanks.
Yeah, no, that well, you've, and she'll kind of pause for a second. You've earned my respect, and that isn't easy.
Thank you. I'm glad.
So.
I think I already respected you. I don't know. Probably.
She'll kind of she'll take a second, nod, and yawn, and yeah, you're right. That was pretty tiring.
Yeah.
I mean, coming face to face with something like that, that's well, my dreams are gonna be full of something. And she kind of laughs.
Well, good luck, I think, with that.
She tilts her head like the,
I'm just thinking, because Gentleness's first dream upon association was the literal massacre.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Excellent.
sort of thinking about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I think I know what Nessie's going to be. But she's going to take her blanket she picks up yours at like as not even thinking about it because it's her nest, right? And she's gonna put it on the bed and then gonna like curl up or on her side and just curl up in like a little mound of blankets.
Before you fall asleep, I don't know if you remember my earlier request. Would you be willing to give me your rope, the white one?
Oh, yeah. And she'll point at it with her wing. It's folded up on the little desk area.
Okay, thank you. I think that this will also go a long way with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't feel very good wearing it anymore, especially with as tense as everyone got with that. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. They kind of got a weird feeling from him, I think.
I mean, he can just be so charming.
Yep, you gotta be careful of him.
Yeah. Well, that's now two deities I have to be careful of, I guess.
Well, yeah, but less careful now.
She's like, that's very comforting. She kind of settles in, and you kind of see that her, like she's rocking to a degree a little bit because of the platform, how they try to make it as stable as they can. So getting kind of comfortable, and then she'll kind of you hear the the breathing slow, and then like feathers are less rustled, and then kind of just and then she falls asleep.
Okay. Gentleness is gonna like have a small silent celebration. Kind of be like, see, I can do this. You don't need to be going to other people.
We'll see about that.
Okay. We will. And then she's gonna go to sleep too.
Then in that case, go to sleep, and then if you would like, we can do the hunt, and then any sort of last remarks, and then we can call it.
I have until 1, so I could do.
Sweet.
I can do the hunt until 1.
Yep, awesome. So I'll say this: the next day, just to give you you'll both wake up. The hunt will happen during this dream. Like you'll kind of be recalling it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So as a kind of a first, like, all right, it's time. But you'll wake up, and at the same time, Nessie wakes up. Just to give you a little bit of the aftermath, where you'll both wake up, both like, because the adrenaline that's pumping through you is for a very different reason than what's coming through her, because you're both like, holy crap, and you kind of do almost the friggin' cartoonish thing of turn at the same time, looking at each other, and like, I just had a weird dream, and you both say the same thing at the same time, almost being on the same wavelength pattern and whatnot. And she will tell you about her dream where Atheris fell from the sky during her wedding.
She'll do some general placating. I'm sure that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be, I don't know if you've seen the Avengers with Ultron, but it's like, so if I mention Sokovia, that's what I mean going forward, where they took a big chunk of a city and then we're going to drop it back into the sky and destroy the world. So.
Okay. She definitely feels like that is maybe a premonition, but she's not going to say that.
Okay. So I wanted to give you that piece before we go and kill someone.
Okay.
All right. So you said it was how many days after? A couple of days after you guys left?
Yeah, I think they go hole up in the woods somewhere. where he can kind of digest, I guess, and she can recover.
Sure.
And then he just leads them to the first like sign of life
Right.
that he can find.
You got it. So, a quick question about, is this pre or post shattering? Like when was the massacre?
Kirk was 2 years ago.
Okay, perfect. All right. Want to make sure I'm clocking all that. So, okay. So, coming out of that, you're not actually, it's almost like after that, after the massacre, there's not a whole lot of noise around you all. Living things not close for the first couple of days. You all have, there's no birds or crickets or almost not even a rustling of wind. Because anything that would be moving or living other than the two of you have ceased to function almost in a way in which to protect itself. So you will come up to in the woods, you see a trap on the ground without having to spot for it. And you do hear Patch say, as you're taking a step forward, stop, mind your surroundings. And as you look down, it being a rope trap that would basically, pick up a hog or a rabbit or something like that. And you'll see him kind of get a little closer to the ground and start sniffing. The first breeze in a couple of days kind of picks up. And you can smell fire. It'll be in the afternoon. You know that folks who are going to be in a camp will get a fire going near the nighttime and then let it go so they can have protection from predators and things of that ilk. So they're getting that picked up and started. And then, hey, Lewis, you then hear some tinkering, like a chopping almost of an axe going into something. And I'm going to need you to make a stealth check. Okay, so you get down to the low ground, like to kind of to the grass, kind of behind some bushes and shrubs, and you hear somebody like walking up close, thinking that they heard something near the trap. Looking around, and as you are hidden behind the bushes, you will see a cloaked figure. It'll be a bearded man as he walks by. Almost, actually, funny enough, this guy is going to look like a younger Patrick Page.
Okay.
So before he went silver, then he'll be looking around, looking up. He has his axe out in his hand, it being like a standard, what you would appear to be like a utility axe or like a wood chopping axe, right? But hey, it'll still cleave into something's skull.
Yeah.
He looks around, has like a greenish cloak on, goes down to his calves, so it's not going to like trip him up too much. Has leather armor on, relatively like well built, but a little older, so a little bit more, little more girth. Damn, not this time. And he pauses. He looks around and he looks down and he goes, And this is on the other side of the trap that he's looking. You can make an insight check.
Oh, bad. 9.
Mm-hmm. So, Patch is going to nudge your hand, kind of like with a symbol, like, pay attention, girl. And the man stands up, walks away, back towards what you are assuming would be his camp. So, it's getting darker now. Twilight is, depending on how quickly you move from there, you have a pretty good stealth check, and you can hang on to that for a hot minute. But if you start to go closer, you start to get a little more hungry, because it's almost though, even a couple days after, it's like, all right, a big meal is great, but it will not satiate you forever.
Gonna stop here and ask them for food?
What? As he kind of like shakes his head from a small nap.
I haven't eaten in like a couple days, and I don't know where we're going.
Why does it matter?
Well, I have to eat at some point.
Maybe you can get your next meal over that hill. And he's kind of like alluding to the camp.
Yeah. Okay, so you can wait here and I'll come back. I'll go get food and come back, okay?
That is just fine.
Okay. And she'll kind of, she doesn't understand the deal at this point.
Yep.
She doesn't quite, she's not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna like get her, what little she has together. She's gonna go over up to the camp and like announce herself and.
Yep. All right, so you're gonna come over a little bit of a crest, and then it's gonna kind of like flatten out just a little bit down the path where the trap would have been, and over that you see a small tent, one that would be set up, but the tent is actually in a tree, where they have it to where it's a log, like I say log, it's a branch, and then the tent's over it, like hanging above. So this person's going to be high enough off the ground where things of even your height could not get into.
Yeah.
And then a small fire going. It'll be like surrounded by stones. It's been going, so someone's been tending to this for a while. It'll have a couple of spears leaning against a tree to the left side as you walk up. The tent being, if you're coming over the hill looking at it, spears are on the left side. The tree that's large will be on the right hand side, with one spear below it as well, not angled under the tree, but if he rolls out of the tent, he can pick one up quickly. And then fires in the center, a small like little area that's got a stump on it, like a log has fallen over. Cleared this off, has a little place for like small little kettle, place to put a little plate and whatnot, like someone's gonna be out here quote unquote roughing it. And what are you doing out there, girl?
Hello, sir. I am pretty lost.
I can see that.
I am traveling, and I just was wondering if you might have some food to spare.
So you'll see him kind of come out from the darkness on the other side of the camp. He'll come out, be standing. You kind of get a better picture of him. He looks like we described earlier. A longbow is in his hand, and an arrow is in the other. Like, okay. And then he puts his arrow away, and he just is like, all right. Still having the bow in his left hand. He puts kind of a hand on his face with his right, like, where did you come from?
Oh, I don't. Well, I came from my town. I don't really know where that is now. I've been kind of wandering for a few days.
You've made it for 3 days by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's gonna insight check you. Would you like to do a performance, a persuasion, or a deception?
I'll do a deception.
Cool.
I got a 13.
I see. Well, if you are alone, I don't have much to spare. You can stay here. We can go and attempt to get something to share. Do you know how to hunt?
No, that's not. No, I've never hunted before. I mean, I can move on if you. It's okay. I don't want to bother you.
No, actually, I think there's something around here. You might be able to help me bag it, and then we can eat like kings, as he smirks.
Okay. What is it? What's around here?
It's a big boar.
Oh, well, are you sure that you want that?
I do, because the meat is delicious, and it'll feed us for a month.
Oh, well, I don't think I can do that.
Why not?
I just think I shouldn't. Thank you. That's okay. I'll move on. Thank you anyway.
You're going to hear rustling behind you in the grass. It is loud enough.
Turn.
Yeah, loud enough so you can know what's going on. Before you turn, you're going to see the bow's out and it's drawn with the man. And then you turn and you see a bit of like a flank of Patch go away off into like the bushes. And he'll say, "Down, girl, it's over there."
I don't think you should do that.
He's going to walk up beside you and he's going to say, "Just stay behind me. We can track it that way."
She's gonna try to grab his arm to keep him from raising the bow again.
Okay. Go ahead and make a athletics check.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah. 18.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured.
You got a what?
Huh?
You got an 18?
I got an 18.
Oh,
I got an 18 minus what?
So you actually pull his arm off of the bow, like with enough force, because you can tell this guy's going to be pretty strong, and he's used a bow a lot, right? But you're like, "I don't think so, guy." And he turns around to look at you, and he goes, "If you interfere with me, I'm going to have to do something you're not going to like." And he's going to turn back around, and what do you do?
Well, she's gonna try to stop him from shooting at Patch. She's missing a lot of. I'm trying to balance
Honestly, go ahead. No. Go ahead and play it as you can do basically whatever you're wanting in this case, because you're feeling the reverberated power from Patch. You can reel that in as much as you want, but for this, it's really more like the rolls are to help guide us a little bit, but we're very close into RP territory, just like full anime style.
Yeah. Well, I just am trying to balance, she's missing so much context.
Sure.
For, current gentleness, and I'm not sure how she feels about Patch in this moment.
Yeah.
I think that there's some element of, an influenced thought, she feels some sense of, well, I have to go with this guy now. I have, okay, so she's gonna she's gonna do whatever she can to stop this guy from attacking.
So,
Like, okay, we'll say she's gonna grab the bow.
Okay.
And try to pull it
Got it.
out of his hand.
so I'll say this: you can get the bow from him with that 18. When he goes to kind of like say give it back and then does the threatening piece, that's when it turns from the thing that you are not going to like that he's going to do. You really are not going to like that. So that turns from I have to stop this guy to no, now this person is the threat.
Okay.
But you have the bow, and he's got spears, and there are spears around. But you have the bow now. He looks at you, and then it'll just be sit like close to initiative, right? Where it's gonna one thing. So that'll be your proverbial turn. Bow's out. You say don't attack him. You have some movement and bonus action left.
She's gonna movement and bonus action. She's gonna like step away from him with the bow. Next turn, she's gonna try to break it.
Got you. So, since you did it, he's a little bit surprised by that. There won't be any like attacks opportunity or anything like that. So you'll run over there. Would you like to, or which direction would you like to go? In towards the camp itself, or more out towards Patch, or something like? I mean, it's 360 degrees, but
He has a fire, right?
he does.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna go. The goal then is to throw the bow in the fire, so I'm gonna go over that way.
You got it. Actually, you could go and use object interaction, which is free, and drop it into it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
You should not. You should not do that.
How
Do something else.
how comfortable are you with me getting a little bit crude?
Yeah, go ahead.
You stupid bitch! It can kill us. It's going to kill us, and then it's gonna kill me first, and then eat you.
What?
He's gonna pull out a sword, short sword from his back, and he's gonna look back at you. Look back towards Patch with his attention and focus being in two different directions. High or low?
Hi.
Ooh, high. Which direction? Actually, no. Since you did call high, he's going to actually come towards you now, being angry. He's going to come towards you. He's going to attack at you. You do have pieces of bow, but he misses due to, like, it's a big wide swing. You can tell he's kind of mad. Misses and he stumbles a little bit. And he's actually going to fall beside you. And his sword is out in, like, his sword kind of falls. But it falls into the flame as well. And now he's just like, ugh. And so he's going to get up, use the rest of his movement to try and go out into the woods. But it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is maybe where some compulsion kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna. So is he turning his back to her?
He is. So at this point, this is kind of where the compulsion will be like, you are hunting him now because he's about to make a break for it.
Yeah. Okay. Then I am going to. I'm gonna cast Primal Fury. What's that called?
Primal Savagery?
Yes, that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, go for it.
To get it. Okay, here we go.
And it's going to work as though... Is this a cantrip or a first level?
It's a cantrip.
It's going to work as though you're level 14.
Oh, shit. Level 14. Okay, that's 3d10. That's crazy.
Well, this is the... If it's going to be the first one, it's going to be brutal, as they say. So.
Yeah. Well, and, like, he just ate like hundreds of people.
Correct. So yeah, it's gonna work almost at max.
Okay. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. I rolled a. Ah, damn. Come on.
Oh, and remember, he's on the ground, so you have advantage on the attack.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled an 18, so let's see if I'm correct, I guess.
Oh Jesus. And what does it look like? What does gentleness look like when the savagery takes over? Because essentially, it can be more than just your hands.
Yeah, I think that what happens is the hair on her head and body gets much coarser and darker.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like with animals, their iris and pupil take up all of their visible eye. You can't really see the white.
Right.
That happens.
Okay.
And her face changes shape a little bit, probably. Her nose probably gets a little wider.
Mm-hmm.
And her bottom canines get longer, sort of like an orc's tusk.
Okay. Nice.
I don't think her hands change all that much. Like her nails probably get longer and thicker, but not quite claws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I will say, unless you did critical, you do hit.
Okay, yeah. It's a 18 plus 7 to hit.
Jeez.
And then 3d10. Okay. No. Yeah, 3d10.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Because what? It's a D10 for the first level. No, it's going to be. I'm sorry. 11, so level of what, 14? You're basically doing it to where the max of these is going to be, I think, 5d10, so you're doing it at 4d10.
Okay.
Yeah, like whatever level that is. Goes up.
That's 17.
Wow, really? Okay, well, go for it.
Well, actually, so looking at the spell, it goes up to 2d10 at 5th, 3d10 at 11th, and then the last change is 4d10 at 17th.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I do 40-10, that's cool.
Okay.
Something told me that they went up to 5 of whatever the increment was, but I must be mistaken. Do it to it.
Okay. 19 points of damage.
You say 19?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an area in which you are attempting to attack on this person? Because I have a suggestion if you don't. What's that?
We're gonna channel like a lion here, I guess, even though that is off theme. Basically, she's gonna grab him and try to bite him.
Nice. So you definitely can get like a leg, and when you do that to try to keep him, right? You know, you're trying to pull him back into something. You do get his leg, so you can see there's a big gash in there. And then so do that, do your attack, do the spell, and then he's going to try to stand up as you kind of pull him because you take him a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's going to try to stand up, and he's going to try to get away so you can make a grapple at advantage.
Oh, 3.
With advantage?
Yeah. I rolled a 4 and a 5.
No problem.
And I got a -1.
Hey, it's all good. I did want him to get away in this one because now you actually do have, like, here's where the choice comes in. And it's more this is Madeline's choice of how deep you want to go into the savagery piece where he's going to, like, okay, he's like, and his leg is torn up. You almost got a nip at him, like, on his back. And the cloak's torn off of him. And you can see he's now going to try to limp away into the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can explain to me exactly what gentleness does to him, because he's not going to make it.
So I think, I don't know that I'll necessarily do this in session much,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
because I feel like it might be abrasive, but she is essentially what I picture based on like what I've written and how I imagine her story to
Yeah.
go. She is essentially going to tear him apart.
Yeah, I would have expected nothing less.
Yeah, like she's having a lot of feelings. She's not really sure what's happening. She is not aware, I think, that she's being compelled or like he has any sort of sway over her thoughts and
Yeah.
feelings. I think she maybe feels it a little bit,
Mhm.
but she's not familiar enough with him to really know what's going on yet.
Right.
And all that she's feeling, like almost like she doesn't have control.
Yeah, for sure.
She's a starving animal, and she's not going to eat him. That's icky. But she is going to render him
Asunder. So with that happening, you kind of stand up after the fact. You can hear now the noise kind of comes back, where wind picks up, fire's crackling, and did you what's it called? I think it's the game Don't Starve. Have you seen that game where it's kind of like you're trying to get survival and whatnot? So what I'm picturing is kind of in that motif. It pans like looking out. If someone were going to like look at this from a panoramic view, right? They're standing there and they stand up, still looking the same way, almost animalistic, but it's like almost like black and white and grayscale. And they see just something with long claws and a fire's behind them, but too far in the distance to really be like, that's not theirs. This is not good. Then kind of in that that grass type area in the bushes and whatnot, they can see the larger animal look on with almost a sense of pride, if that makes sense. And then Jen would be basically in this case facing the camera with just white in their eyes. That's where the black or the pupils would be. And they would look terrifying. And the only color in this would be red.
Yeah.
Which would be everywhere. So.
Yeah.
And and that is that essentially. And I would say too, it's totally obviously up to your comfort level of what you want to have happen in that, but you can be as vivid as you would like, because I know Brian would like the challenge, because people don't like come up with as much more often than not, they don't come up with as much like imagery, I'll say. But yeah, the world's your oyster there. But that is that. So any last notes or anything you want to go over or anything?
What color were that guy's eyes?
The color of his eyes would have been gold.
Okay. I think that, so I'm putting together a description, a very dramatic description of Patch for when he first appears.
Yes.
And I think he has, because he's so fucking weird looking, he has 3 eyes on one side and 2 on the other. And I think that he steals, or like, not steals their eyes, but he like makes some of his eyes look like theirs.
Yeah, for sure.
As sort of a reminder to gentleness and like a symbol of conquest.
Oh yeah.
So I think that one of them is righteousness, one of them is this guy. I'm gonna come up with another one. Well, one of them is because they killed the policeman lion together. One of them is the lion's eye.
Yep.
And then I think one of them is missing.
Ooh.
And I don't know how many that is, but okay, cool. I will include that.
So what's fun is he also like Patch would have spoken a little differently before this, and then now that he's gonna take Patrick Page's voice, the man. I didn't speak like the guy as that was happening to try to make sure we understood the distinction, right?
Yeah.
But he would definitely now sound a little more like him in the same vein as he takes trophies of conquest.
Yeah.
So, and one thing that kind of lends back to as well is the voice you hear all the time is the first person you killed.
Yeah.
So.
I love a theme.
Oh, we gotta love it. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think as he returns to his if we ever get there.
Yeah.
If he ever starts to gain enough faith, kind of return to himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Base Patch would be deeply disgusted by the idea of taking trophies.
Oh, sure. No, I mean, 100%, right?
Because the whole thing is you kill people, you defend your family and you kill people by necessity, not to show off, not to you're not boasting that you're so strong or whatever. You're literally just trying to eliminate threats. And so I think he would think it was very gross, very garish.
Yeah, no, I agree. I kind of have the whole thing of, they would bury all their victims. They don't want to have any sort of issues. They would try to be respectful to anybody that they did kill because they understand, this is just life.
Yeah.
And today I lived.
Yeah.
So that was freaking awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super fun. I love doing this. I do this all the time. This is fantastic. So if there ever is a something on the side you wanted to do, or even just have a discussion or anything like that, just let me know. This, of course, can be over text as well. I'm up for either. It doesn't matter to me either way. I like doing both. But if you're okay with it, I can put this up. If you don't want it to go up, I'll just render it and save it and do the thing. So.
Yeah, that can go up.
Awesome. Well, we'll see if anybody listens to a full episode then.
Yeah, I have lots of side quest ideas for her other personalities.
Awesome. If you got them.
If I can gotta get away from everybody for a little bit.
Sure.
Probably though.
Oh man, what would be funny is if you could actually get somebody to do it, with you, because I'd bring them in on it too, right? And it'd be so funny.
Oh yeah.
So, anytime anybody wants to do that, that is very close to the quote unquote West Marches kind of thing, right? Where everyone kind of has their own stuff going on, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of downtime in this, so there will be opportunities for sure. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you again for taking the time. I'm all about it. So, and you've been doing excellent this campaign. Thank you for putting up with all the shenanigans and going round and around. Here we are. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been good.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, and I will render some things and put some more notes in Marillion, and just buzz me if you need me, and vice versa. So.
Yeah, sounds great. I'll do what I can to get my script done as soon as I can.
Oh yeah, no rush for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know, and we can figure that out.
Sounds awesome. And yeah, if that needs to be before a session, or even if we're doing it something similar to this, since now I know we can't pick up one another, we could technically do it like that if push comes to shove. And like I said, no rush by any means. So.
Yeah. Do you know the vibe of what everyone is doing?
I think so. Would it be helpful for me to send you theirs?
If that's okay, yeah.
Well.
I would like to match the match the vibe if I can. Like if everybody's just
I know what I know what you're asking. Let me send you a couple things. I get you. Because yes, and you're the only person to ask that. So thanks for thinking. Not a bad thing by any stretch, but
I know it's in my head, but like if everybody is just like I don't know, if everybody's like doing a talking head, I don't want to
no.
you know.
Oh yeah, no, I understand completely. I'm all about it. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll definitely send you those here in a little bit because they're in one of my notes sections, but can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you in a little while.
Alrighty. Have a good week.
Thanks. You too. See, Friday you're good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good for a while now.
Awesome. We like it. All right. Goodbye.
Bye bye.